Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well. I wanted to come out and do a video today about why I became an advocate. All the time, people ask me just in passing when I'm talking about my business, why did you become an advocate and how did you become an advocate? So I kind of wanted to explain a little bit about my background and what led me into this business. So, first of all, I was a special education teacher for about 7 years in the public school system here in Orlando, Florida. And I want people to also understand that as a special education teacher, you're also an advocate for your students. So when someone asks me, how did you become an advocate? I would say I didn't become an advocate recently or within the past year. I would say I became an advocate 7 years ago when I became a teacher because I had to advocate every single day for my students to make sure that they were getting all the services that they needed. And if they weren't getting what they needed, when we had an IEP meeting, I would bring it up. I would say, this kid needs more services. And the school systems don't always love that. And that may have been one of the reasons why I eventually decided to leave the public school system to start my own business. But really, why I became an advocate is I really want to see students be successful. I don't feel like all students are getting everything they need to be successful in the public school system today. When I talk to teachers and I talk to school employees in the local schools, I hear a lot of, we don't like advocates, they're against us, and I ask them why. And this is even before I officially became an advocate, when I was still in the teaching field. And I'll ask them, why do you not like advocates? What's the problem with an advocate? Why would you not want them at the meeting to help the child get everything they need? And their answer is usually something along the lines of, well, they catch us. They see what we're doing wrong, they correct us, and they make us do it right. And that's the problem. That is the mentality of people who work for the public school system. They feel that advocates are catching them, and they know they're doing something wrong. They're not even trying to hide it. They just don't want to be caught. And that's when I realized I can't support that sort of a system anymore. I can't sit back as a public school teacher and watch as children with disabilities who have IEPs and 504 plans or maybe need an IEP are in class struggling every single day. And the more you speak up as a teacher, the more you're told to be quiet. I couldn't sit there and watch that happen. Those kids need more help. They are struggling to succeed. And I have taught from pre-K through 8th grade and middle school. And so I've seen the progression. I've seen the younger kids, and you see the beginning of the stages when they're maybe struggling a bit and they need some more help. And that progresses and the gap gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And if they don't get the help they need in first, second, third grade and beyond, when they get to middle school, we had kids who didn't even have an IEP who could barely read. They were probably at a first grade reading level or second grade reading level in middle school. And all we were told in middle school is, well, put them on iReady more. Well, I'm sorry, but how's that going to help them? If they have come all this way for years and years and years with all these teachers who are certified and are supposed to be doing everything they can to help these children, and they're in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and they still haven't learned to read, I don't think we can just put them on iReady. And nobody wants to really sit down and help these children. So as I did that for years and I tried to help, I was a staffing specialist. I ran all the IEP meetings. I tried to understand where the parents were coming from, where the school was coming from, and kind of be in the middle of, helping everyone to come to a consensus on how we can best help all children. And I finally realized that the way that I could help children more and help children with disabilities specifically was to become an advocate outside of the school system where I can actually speak my mind and be a voice for kids with disabilities. So I finally made that jump, left the public school system and became an advocate. And now I am hoping that I can make a bigger difference in children's lives. And I'm not going into the school system to catch them. I'm going into the school system to make sure students get all the services and accommodations that they need to be successful in school. And that's simply it. And it's all what's required by the law. It's all what they need. And I would hope that the schools are on the same page and want to provide all these services to the students so they can be successful in and out of school. So I hope that makes my position a little more clear and why I became an advocate and how I became an advocate. And if you would like to contact me and you have questions about my services and how I may be helpful to you, please give me a call at 407-308-2980, or my email is orlandoadvocates@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.